Hey friends, today we're going to be making a super cute Easter spring themed type garland, and we're going to be using these wood shape cutouts that I got from the Dollar Tree. I've got 3 carrot shapes and 2 bunny shapes, and I'm going to be painting the base of the carrots orange. Now, one of the things, I would tell you what color I'm using, but I'm just using orange-ish colors because I don't really know. Because when the paint starts to get low in the little bottle, I just start mixing colors together. And I know that I can always color mix and make a color lighter or darker if I need to by just adding like black or white or just a lighter shade of something. You know, and I like the color variance that I get when I mix different colors together. So again, I don't know exactly the color. You can make these any color you want. In fact, you don't have to make them orange. You could make them purple or blue, whatever color you want. I'm doing orange. And then I'm going to move to the bunnies. I am painting these bunnies white at first, but I thought, you know, that looks kind of stark. It looks too, I don't know, just too whatever. So I used folk art paint in the color linen, and I'm kind of darkening it up. And I do like how this looks a lot softer color than the stark white. Now I'm flipping back to the carrots and I'm painting the top green. I have 3 shades of green there, as you can see, because again, I like the color variance. I think it gives it depth and kind of adds some interest. And you're going to be able to see the tops of these carrots when I'm done. Okay, here's where I thought I'm going to go whimsical, illustrative, fun, you know, and I put polka dots all over, but I thought it looked kind of, I don't know, not great. Oh, hi, Captain. And then I picked up the bunnies and I thought, you know, let me put the distressing ink all around the edges, and I decided to go that route. I switched gears, changed lanes, and I decided to go more farmhouse, vintage, rustic kind of look. And so I used distressing ink all around the bunny. And this is how, see, it just looks better. So that's what we're going to do. And I did the other bunny. I didn't know I was going to show you that, but here we are. I'm showing you the other bunny. And so because of that, I thought, well, let me try to distress the carrots. And no, Lisa, no, let's not. Let's just paint the carrots orange again and start over. And I did paint it orange, and that color paint is terracotta. It's like a chalk plaster paint or something. And so it didn't quite cover up the polka dots enough, but enough to move on to the next phase. And I'm using a paint pen in the color orange, and then you see me also using the brown one there. I'm just adding some lines across to kind of give it some depth and dimension. You know, the carrot has like those lines in it anyway. Then I decided I'm going to add greenery to the top. Well, that was the plan all along, to be honest. But that section that I'm cutting off, it was sticking out too far from the greenery that I was going to place on there. So I cut off the sides of that little top there on all 3 carrots. And then I'm just cutting apart the greenery so that I can kind of glue it individually. And I can kind of place it a little bit more like I like it. And you can see the stem for the greenery is hanging down too far, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball it and cut it there. And then I'm going to use my hot glue, being careful with hot glue because hot glue is hot. And I'm going to glue that on there, and then I'll glue the other 2 pieces. Yep, one right after the other. And you're still seeing that green part in the behind it, so that's kind of why I wanted to paint that green so that it wouldn't just stand out so much if it was just plain wood. And then to cover up where the bottom of the greenery is, I'm just covering up the bottom of the greenery, and I'm just using some jute twine. I thought it kind of added a little rustic flair to it, and I'm just kind of making sure it's covering up all the parts that I wanted to cover. And then I'm just going to secure it in the back with some more hot glue, cut off the excess. And there you go. And I did that to all 3 bunnies. And here I'm trying to decide. I have that little bag that you see in the top corner there. It's just full of like scraps of bows, ribbons, pieces of jute twine, and things like that. So I'm trying to decide, do I want to put the jute bows on there? Do I want the buffalo check bows? I decided to go with the buffalo check bows. And they came off a Dollar Tree sign, actually. And I save stuff like that because you never know when you could use it. I try not to save too much, though, y'all, because I don't want to be like a craft hoarder, you know. So So I wrap it around, I hot glue it on, and then I'm going to hot glue a little jute bow onto the carrots because I think that kind of finishes it out. And I do that for all 3 carrots, and of course I add the buffalo check bow to the other bunny as well. Now it's time to string them on some jute twine so that I can hang it up. And I'm going to be using a little bit of masking tape. So I put the hot glue down, I put the jute twine down, then I'm going to put that little piece of masking tape on top just for added security. Where I'm hanging it, this is really not necessary. They would be stationary, they wouldn't be moving or anything like that. But if I was going to hang them where they're moving more, this kind of helps stabilizes them too. But I do that for all the pieces, and I'm trying to space them out pretty evenly because I'm gluing them and they're not moving. So just trying to make sure it's where I want it. And again, using that little tape for an extra hold really. And this is how it turned out, y'all. I put it on my vent hood in my kitchen, and I just think it just looks really cute there. And like I said, it's not moving, so I didn't really have to do the extra little bit to the back, but I love how it turned out. I just think it looks so cute. Y'all tell me what you think in the comments below. Now we've got 3 more large wood carrot cutouts, and I got these from the Dollar Tree. Now I've had them in my stash quite a while. I've really been focusing on using up the things in my stash and not buying anything new and trying to repurpose old things that I have or make it out of, materials that I already have on hand. So I'm going to paint these. Who's in the corner? Is that Socks? I can't even tell. I think it's Socks. Anyway, we're going to paint these. And so, yeah, it's Socks. I can see his feet. And so I'm going to paint these orange. And I'm just putting down a piece of paper so that I don't get too much paint on my little cutting mat. But now I'm using a bigger brush to do that. And I'm not really worried about the color because I do like the color variant. So I'm just using different orange colors to paint the bottom of the carrot. And once we've got that done, we're going to add greenery to the top. I got this greenery that I'm using here as well as on the other carrots. I got that from Hobby Lobby, and I got it when it was on sale. It was in I think the His and Hers wedding section, and I used one full clump for the other 3, and then I'm using a full clump, I'm sure there's a better word, a bunch of the greenery for each individual carrot that I've got here. And again, I'm just cutting off the sides because I don't want that sticking out. And I am going to paint the tops green, and I think I just paint them this one color of green because there's more greenery that I'm gluing on top, so I'm not as worried about what's peeking through. Now I'm trying to decide how I want to lay them out. Here, we got it. This is how we're going to lay it out. That's great. Now I'm going to add some little bit of whimsy to this. I'm doing polka dots, and I'm just using a sponge dauber and twirling it around to make the little circles. And then for the other one, I'm just going to do a stripe across. I'm not worried about this stripe being perfect. I'm not worried about it being all filled in because I do kind of want just the illustrated, very loose look about it because I'm going to add some detail with a marker later. And then on this one, I start out with the paint pen, and it's just the mark is not bold enough. So I do go back with my paintbrush and kind of make a thicker line. And then I decide, I'm looking at that and it looks fine and there's nothing wrong with it, but I think it needed a little bit more oomph. So I went back in with my paintbrush and added little dots like that. Just no reason. This is just what I'm doing. I'm just zhuzhing it up with some dots. Now I'm going to glue the greenery on top. Same concept, just kind of placing it where I want it. And I have cut the stem so that way it's not hanging down too far, and just gluing it. I just think it makes it look, I don't know, it puts it up a notch, I guess. Now here's where I get kind of crazy. I'm adding the jute twine again because that's what I wanted to do. But why am I making this so much harder than it has to be? But I was like really struggling to wrap the twine around. I'm like, oh my gosh, Lisa, what are you doing? It's not that hard. So I just made sure that the bottom of the stem was kind of covered up so you really wouldn't see that poking out or anything. Secured it on the back, and that was it. I did do that with the other 2 carrots as well. And again, same process, just gluing it on, and then I take the twine and I wrap it around. Do I do a better job this time? Let's see. Kinda. I mean, you know, it works. Now that that's done, I'm going to go back in with just a plain marker that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm adding in some lines. I do like the illustrative, whimsical look. If you watch my watercolors, I like to add pen detail, and that's basically what I'm doing here. Just kind of adding a little bit of black marker to give it more, you know, pizzazz. Now I'm going to glue them all together, and I absolutely did not glue them in the right order. I meant to put the polka dots in the middle. Does it matter? No. But if you'll look on the left, the one on the left, that has the little hook, the little hole that I was going to hang it up with. And so, yeah, I mean, you know, we adjust, we're flexible. I just used some wood to kind of stabilize the back a little bit more. I'm hanging it on a wreath, so it's not really going to matter. There it is, hanging on the wreath. So, and you really can't even see the greenery, which is hilarious because the greenery from the wreath is kind of dominating the whole thing. But that's okay. I think it turned out super cute. Well, that's it, guys. 2 little quick and easy Easter spring themed projects. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, please give it a like, give it a thumbs up. And be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And don't forget, if you want to follow me on social media, my handle is Our Gray House. But just don't follow me in real life, though, because that's creepy. Bye.